Good morning, fellow humans. Today is Tuesday, it's April, Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. Here we are in wonderful Pahrump, Nevada, southwestern Nevada, near the California border. And we are here for a simple, but not easy, a simple task, which is to help you get from where you are to someplace better. Good morning, Wadabebi. How did you sleep last night? Thoughts about last night's NAN event? I'm going to get a prop in a second, but we're here to help you get from where you are to someplace better. And yes, I say that every day to drive home the point that no matter where you are, you have habits that you can improve. Do not become complacent. Think back. Remember how you felt when you started, how committed you were. Get back to that point of commitment. Don't start coasting. Don't think that you have it figured out. When you think you have it figured out, that's when, bammo, the trap is going to come down on you. You think you've got the cheese is put out there. You think you got it. You think it's safe. And you're going to do it, and then whammo, you're going to be back to the life that you did not want. Do not go there. Focus on who you want to be in the future. Focus on that person. I have to get my prop. Okay, so our goal is to help you get from where you are to someplace better. That is it. That's all we're trying to do. And we do it through this podcast, but it's actually a daily routine that we have. It's let's see, there's a two-part on the podcast and not on the podcast. And on the not on the podcast part, there's the preparation breathing exercise, which I think Sophie will go through this morning with everyone, or a type of breathing exercise or grounding exercise, but maybe the Huberman double intake. Breathing exercise, attitude of gratitude exercise, review of yesterday, project into the future. That's the non-podcast part. Those are the things you should do. And the podcast part is our daily theme, which today is what if you gave up your fear? We'll talk about that, but in the worksheet, the red letter citations, links are the ones focused on that. So our daily theme, planning. We need to plan. Why? Because if we fail to plan, we plan to fail. So we plan our work and we work our plan. And then number 3 is the focusing on our transformations, our physical transformation, getting better physically, fitness and health, eating better, exercise more, mental, always be learning, emotional. If you can't control your emotions, don't worry, someone else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. And then spiritual, which is at the end of the day, beginning of the day, throughout the day, that's the most important transformation you have. Because best case, our life on earth is about 100 good years. But that is nothing compared to the 13.8 billion years that the universe has existed. So, got to focus on that. All right, let's get started. Let's do a quick little review. So yesterday, big day, had to go to Las Vegas. So Sunday was a big day. Easter, long day. Yesterday, another long day, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of in and out, this and that, back and forth. But we still had to get to Las Vegas for the National Action Network monthly meeting, which was well attended, good things happening, and all in all, good night. But at the end, I was able to get this. National Action Network pin, lapel pin. Maybe the further back it goes, the better it is, which I will now be wearing on my jacket. So I'm very pleased about that, but that's a little token of their response to our always showing up committed to helping other people. And then the unintended consequences. So we have our routine, we have our ritual, we have the things we do, we plan, we project, we do them. And then we get prepared for the unintended consequences. The unintended consequences. So the unintended consequences of showing up, once again, 5 months in a row, the unintended consequences of that were the president of AFRAM, which is I'm not sure what it stands for, African American Caucus, something that's part of the SEIU, which is the largest or one of the largest unions in Las Vegas. That woman got up, was introduced to speak, and she started her speech by saying, to the effect, God is great, et cetera, et cetera. And there's a man here right now, he has his head down. Watch, he's going to lift his head up in a second. Because I have a friend who just got out of prison who needs help. And yes, my head went up. And she said, yes, that's you. I want to talk to you afterwards. So I exchanged information, and that gives us the opportunity now to get in. And she asked me if I would speak in front of their group. So it gives us the opportunity to now expand to help more people. Why? Because we drove the hour and a half through commute traffic to get to the thing in Las Vegas on Lake Mead near Martin Luther King. We drove to get there. We spent the money to buy the gas, to do the things, to spend an hour and a half to get there for basically almost a 2-hour meeting, and then an hour and a half to come back. We had the routine, the repetition of organizing our schedule around it, because it would have been easy to say, I'm too tired, it's too late, there's too much traffic, I'm too busy, I'm too this, too that. But we did it, and it gave us got acknowledged, and this. And the president specifically reached out to Sophie to get her impression. And so it was all very good. Also saw Evelyn Pacheco from Women's in Trade there, and a couple other people. Alex, head of the Las Vegas the free legal service for the state, talking about a project. And see, we got somebody calling. Charlene calling from Michigan. Okay, so let's move on. We're at 8 minutes and 52 seconds. The theme of today, what if you gave up your fear? Right, fear is the thing that holds us back. Seth Godin has a good one, which we're going to talk about right now. Generosity and fear. Fear is self-focused. Day to day, our fear is about us. What will happen if we give that speech, launch that project, get stuck in traffic, or eaten by an alligator? So it's focused on us, self-focused. And generosity is about others. How can I help? Jumping in the water to save a struggling swimmer stops us from worrying about how we look in our suit or whether the water is cold. And if you're worried about the customer instead of your quota, making a sales call is easier too. So focus on the other person. The key scene at the climax of The Wizard of Oz happens when Dorothy intercedes on the Scarecrow's behalf. That's the key scene. Once again, she finds the courage to overcome her fear when she's generously supporting a friend. It's more than a shift in narrative, it's a shift in intent. Okay? You give up your fear by focusing on helping other people. So I think the straw man was being burned, and I think Dorothy, my recollection is, interceded, argued on behalf, was threatened. We're gonna take it out on you next. Instead of shutting up, cowering back, going with the crowd, she stood her ground, kind of like Mitch did with the P&P a couple weeks ago. Stood his ground, and they backed down. So, what if you overcame your fear? What if you gave up your fear? How do you give up your fear? By focusing on helping other people, right? So the example, somebody's drowning. If your focus is saving the person, you don't care about the coldness of the water or how your suit is going to look and things like that. Your focus is that person. The fear of what's going to happen, it disappears. So what if you gave up your fear? What do you think you would accomplish if you gave up the stuff that's frightened you, being embarrassed? On the other hand, if you say, well, I'm not afraid of anything, okay, then look around. What's going on in my life? Okay, it's not fear that's holding me back. It's something else, but it probably is fear. It's probably the stuff you carry around from when you're a little kid, locked deep away in your subconscious somewhere, the thing that controls your actions, why you can't be helpful to people, why you need to be the person that you are, because you're afraid of something else. And to close on this, why do people lie? People lie because they're afraid to tell the truth. So what if you gave up your fear of telling the truth? What would happen? Okay, think about that. We are 12 minutes in. So today's schedule, I will be at the place at 7:45. Be ready by 7:45. Let's leave it that way. Be ready by 7:45 because I can't control everything. In fact, I can only control coffee grounds. I can control very few things, but be ready by 7:45. Taking half the people and figure it out who's going before I get there, please. Just like I want to pull in, people get in the car. Sophie needs to be in the car because she's got to get the things set up for today's 2 videos. You have 1 o'clock church once again at Trinity. So work around that. I'm going to Vegas. Let's have the UAs ready to put in the car. Mitch should probably go in round 1 also. Sophie, Mitch, and 2 more people. I'm going to pick them up, drive you over, come back, pick up round 2, pick up the second round, leave you there. I'm going to do the 2 videos, same thing as yesterday, go through the same routine, try to figure it out, try to get the most out of it, because tomorrow, though, is our breakfast from 8 to 9. Then you have your IOP, etc. So we need to get today's 2 things done. Neurotransmitters and reticular activating system. Simon Sinek and Mark Dawes. And Mitch, please bring the small book because that has the YouTube links in case Sophie can't find it. All right. So we'll see everybody be ready at 7:45. I've got to get on the Peloton for my 30-minute workout. We've got a bunch of stuff to do. Let's make it happen, people. Let's work together and make it happen. With that, we're going to say and cut. Let's see. Wadabevi says very well. Fun. Okay. Boom. Good job, Wadabevi. Proud of you. Thank you for being my road dog yesterday. And you learned a lot. So see you soon, people. Oh. There we go.